Welcome to the Crows Show, brought to you by Hungry Jacks. Coming up, Ben Keys returns in the all-electric BZ4X. Darcy Fogarty's footy journey from country kid to AFL star. And Nixie breaks down the Blues clash. But first, there's a new face on Adelaide's coaching panel. Murray Davis was in the Lions' den during Brisbane's rebuild and rise, and is using that experience to help the Crows take flight.
Good, kick to advantage. Good, work off the body here, Lane. Nice kick, Kenny. How much are you compensating for that breeze, Burger? That's the spot to miss him, Solly, if you're going to miss him.
Yeah, it was a hard call to leave Brisbane. I'd spent 13 years there, so you build a lot of close friendships and you have a really good handle on the organisation and the way the football team played, and obviously coming off 2 grand finals, one losing one and one winning one, it was a really hard decision. Great opportunity for me to work on all the things that I'd learned over my time at Brisbane and try and come to Adelaide Football Club and help. And I was really impressed by what Adelaide Crows had been doing and where we're heading.
What are you doing here with the breeze, Bondi? Which way are you going? Left, right? Oh, you've worked that beautifully, Bondi.
People at Adelaide Football Club have made it a really easy one, very welcoming. I was able to get to work pretty quickly and work really closely with Nixie and all the other coaches. So that made it easy, that I was able to sort of get my feet under the desk and get my hands dirty.
Like if Lady's in that position, he's trying to get body. Like quick, messy hands and that type of stuff, do you know what I mean?
That's part of the role, is to be able to step in and support Nixie in that role so he can spend more time with the players. So I'll sort of sit in a variety of different meetings, a lot of working with the coaches just on how we want to play, just making sure that we're trying to perform at our best each week is really what I'm here to try and do.
You're running this way, Solly, in behind us. In behind us. Let's look inside, hit the 45. Good. Hit it. Good shoot. Good comms, Phil. Let's go, transition out, eh? Get ourselves organised. Go, let's drive it.
I think that's what every team's striving for, is consistency in performance. I feel like we've had a little drop here and there, which in the competition and given how competitive it is, that's the greatest challenge. I mean, you only have to look at the ladder. There's a couple of teams that are right up the top, yet it's a pretty compact ladder. So everyone's striving for that consistency, as we are as well. So yeah, I think we've put ourselves in positions to win games. We've been pretty competitive. I feel that's a really good character trait to have, is that we haven't been getting blown out of the water. I feel like we've kept ourselves in positions to try and win games of footy, so that's what you want to try and keep doing.
Held the line, well done, Nibbler. Good finish.
Mate, what's going on? Mate, just bought some stuff with me.
Oh, chuck it in, mate. Chuck it in the boot. Let's go for a drive.
Mate, this is a little bit of a spaceship in here, isn't it, buddy?
It's a great little car, isn't it?
God.
Got some great features. Storage, as you've seen.
Fully electric?
Fully electric, yeah.
Wow.
Quite. You don't even know it's on half the time, so.
Talk about economical, mate. That's an absolute top shelf.
It's fantastic. Oh, it's a beautiful sun here down at West Lakes, isn't it?
Beautiful, mate. What an area.
Speaking of West Lakes, you've been here a long time, mate. You recently played your 250th game, which is an outstanding achievement. We celebrated that rightfully so congrats, mate.
Thank you.
How did that feel, making it to that milestone, having been at the club now for so many years? How many years has it been?
Mate, this is my 13th or 14th.
13th year, so 13 years at the Crowies.
Mate, it was a great day. I was a little bit nervous leading up to it. I don't usually get too nervous before games. Yeah, it was a big week, a lot of messages and all that, but try to keep it as normal as possible. There was a lot of sort of extra stuff, but once I was out there, it was pretty cool. Like I knew all my family and friends were there, and it was a great day, and we got the win, most importantly.
Absolutely, yeah, that is the most important thing. It's always good to celebrate a win in a milestone game, and exactly. Mate, none bigger than your 250, so I'm glad we got it done for you.
Exactly, mate, it was a cracker.
Mate, off field, give us a little bit of insight, because not many people might know this, but you're a bit of a student at the best of times. So give us some insight to that.
Same with you, buddy. Hang on. I think this is.
Yeah, it's fallen. When did that fall?
I don't know. That good? Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, mate. Federation Uni. Been there doing the long haul with you, mate. Bachelor of Applied Management, which was a cracker.
If you listen to this and you want a really disciplined, hard-working, and exceptional worker, you got one sitting right here.
Thanks, Keza.
Mate, sticking off field,
Yep.
what about at home? You got a new little mate running around, I hear?
I do, yep. Not a kid yet, Keza, but I've got enough of those at the footy club. Little puppy Wilfred, so he's about 1 at the moment, so keeping my hands full, mate, just before we do a new house reno. So he's tearing it up at the moment, but should be all good once the new house comes in.
How do you go with that? You're quite rigid in your routine. Does he mess it up a little bit? Is he a bit wild?
He's a bit crazy, mate. He's a bit crazy, but it's probably good for my footy too, mate.
That's awesome. Lady, mate, it's been great to chat. Congrats again on your milestone and of course finishing your studies. And
thanks
I'll
for
see you
having me
soon,
in.
mate.
It's a cracker.
Awesome.
Don't forget you can join Brodie Smith, Ebony Marinoff and Mark Thomas every Sunday morning on Triple M from 9 a.m. You can also download the podcast on Listening.
So started at the Lucindale Footy Club, the Mighty Roos. Probably started with Auskick there when I was about 3 or 4. Went to schoolboys and then under 14s when I was about 7 or 8. So used to love me junior footy at Lucindale. Well, you're growing up and you're playing footy with all your best mates from school. So it was a big focus. Footy training on Thursday nights were always a massive highlight of my week. So yeah, went to Lucindale till I was about 15, then moved up and went to Rostrevor College, and then played a bit of a mix of school footy there and at Glenelg. Pretty cruisy sort of upbringing with footy, but got drafted at the end of year 12, so I didn't really have to experience too much outside of school and footy, which is nice. Well, when I was about 7 or 8, starting under 14s, I would have been chucked in a back pocket, I reckon, and just sort of had to buy me time. I would have been a fair bit smaller than everyone, so wasn't until I was about 10 or 11 where you start getting thrown around to a wing or up forward or anywhere. So I think the coach might just try to hide me in a back pocket, and the ball used to avoid me a fair bit, so it was good fun though. I think it's a great thing for development of footballers. I'm not a big fan of junior footies that go up in the 1 year increments. I like that you're getting thrown in somewhere where you're young, so you get to learn to play a different position. You're a lot smaller than everyone, so you have to work out different sort of ways to go about it, and then you slowly buy your time and you become a little bit bigger and you sort of play a bit more of an important role. So I loved it. I loved getting thrown around and sort of bullied a little bit, and yeah, there was a group of about 4 or 5 of us out there that were about 7 or 8, so it was all fun to sort of muck around with them.
Welcome back to the Glenelg Golf Club. This week's edition we've got Chase Jones with us. Me and Chase have played golf quite regularly, but not since he's become a father. So this could be extremely interesting. Chase, how are the nerves and what are you expecting today on your 3 drives?
Very nervous. I'm expecting the back to be blown. I'm going to have a red hot crack at it, so we'll see how we go.
Terrific. Are those cars out there in danger, or are you more maybe going to the left into the practice facility?
Definitely the cars, considering it's been a good 6 months since I've played properly, so we'll see how we go.
Let's hope that all the cars are insured. Good luck, Chase.
Oh, that's topped.
Right, so
I think I've got
that's not going to win.
That is not going to win. That is not going to do much for the leaderboard. It's in play,
we can
though.
lock that in at 90 metres, so
90.
It would take a miracle for that to win.
It's in play though, so.
The good thing about this competition is Chase has 2 more attempts at it. Oh no. Oh my day, that's on the green. Oh. That is absolutely sensational. Oh, Chase, what are we thinking here?
Have a red hot measure of that.
It sounded beautiful, Chase,
yeah,
compared to your first one.
I'm absolutely stoked with that. No?
I can confirm that drive went 253 metres.
I got to put the back into this one.
Oh, it's big again, Chase.
I reckon it's a little bit touch too high.
I'll tell you what though, in terms of
I lost it. Where is
how
it?
you're feeling, 2 out of the 3 right in the middle of the screws is good for the confidence.
Mate, if I'm hitting 2 out of 3 drives on a round, I'm taking it absolutely every day of the week.
I tell you what, that is really impressive from someone that hasn't played for 6 months. 232 metres for your third attempt, Chase.
Not bad.
Will be interesting to see if that 252 is going to be enough for you to win it. Thanks for coming out. Just give the viewers a summary of how you went.
No, I'm very happy with that. I'll take 2 out of 3, as I said before. That's all we can do.
Terrific. Thanks for coming out, Chase. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Lachlan.
So close, but no win for Chase. Isaac Cumming is the winner and received his trophy, cap and Glenelg Golf Club voucher during this week's team meeting.
So without further ado, congratulate again Isaac for the longest drive. Well done, mate. Come up, grab a hat.
Thank you.
Go get him.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
Well, now it's time for the 7 News Distant Replay. Now, let's take a look back at how 7 News covered major moments in Crows history.
Adelaide Football Club officials described it as a gamble that didn't pay off. Motivation guru Paul Blackburn from Canberra, his specialty, firewalking. Ironically, Nigel Smart came up with the idea 6 months ago after reading an article on Blackburn. No one was forced to take part, it was up to the individual. At one point, 40 were ready to hot-foot it. 10 steps, 9 metres, burning coals generating 600 degrees Celsius. Volunteers weren't called for, Nigel Smart was pumped up and raring to go. Rush back to the Crows camp, Smart wasn't looking comfortable. Serious burns to his feet.
Well, I'm not really worried about it. I got through okay. It's just a couple of little burns on the way, so it's no big deal.
Don't forget, 7 News is your home ground for everything AFL.
Thanks for joining me, Matt.
Thanks for having me, Noel.
Now, you've been on a big trip with a few of the girls to America.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think the highlight was probably seeing LeBron James play. That was probably one of my bucket list moments. So I think ticking that off was unbelievable.
You went to a few sporting arenas, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to Madison Square Garden twice to see NBA games and hockey. So ice hockey was my first experience of watching it and didn't really know what was going on, but it was a lot of fun.
And you personally had an amazing season last year, filled with a lot of confidence. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was good. I think just having the consistency on the wing, being a bit more connected into the midfield group this year was awesome, led by CJ and obviously yourself. So yeah, I think just gained a lot of confidence and ready to hit the ground running again.
Plimpton Bulldogs, do I remember clearly?
Yeah, I went out to a few of their sessions. All my schoolmates were boys, so I was literally just training with them, but I couldn't play on the weekends, which was hard for me to swallow, but I think I just loved being in that team environment and playing footy with the boys from a young age.
And going to Brighton High School, being in the volleyball program with your sister?
Yeah, the volleyball program was a big part of just, playing a different sport and learning new things. I think it was a very professional environment throughout high school, which was really cool to, I guess, it was sort of a pathway to footy in AFLW without me sort of knowing. So I think just learning, making sure to be on time and just hard work. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah.
Coming into your 5th, 6th season, it's changed a lot. Are you super excited to see the 10th season of AFLW come to life?
Yeah, I'm really keen. I think the main thing is that probably from my first year to the years that are now, I think the young girls have just stepped up and taken on leadership roles in a way. They say what they want to say and say it with confidence. So I think that's something that maybe I didn't have in my first few years, but seeing girls come through and being able to be like, no, this is what we want is something really special. So yeah, it's definitely evolved to a really amazing competition.
You got an exciting business outside football?
Yeah, so me and my twin sister have a clothing brand and we also do social media as well, so creating some funny comedy skits.
Rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors. What the hell? You're going. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
So I guess that's sort of what keeps me busy outside of football and really gives me that balance.
Awesome. Thanks for joining me, Mads.
Thanks, Eb.
Looking ahead to next week, and it's Showdown 57. And can you believe it? It's 28 wins apiece. And more than any other game, it's all about the midfield, particularly when you look at Port Adelaide's star power in that part of the ground. Adelaide have won 4 of the last 6 clashes, and a big part of that is Adelaide's midfield ability to stop Port Adelaide running out of the front of stoppage. That's important, particularly at centre bounce when you can run through the front of the square and put it deep into your forward line, but also around the ground. If you're winning the stoppage out the front, you're winning the territory battle and you can lock it in your front half. We often say you can't afford to drop home games if you want to play finals. And effectively, this is a home game for both teams. They're very evenly matched, so it's the ultimate 8-point game. Obviously, I'm going with Adelaide, and the reason why is the contested ball. Adelaide have been very good in that area, whereas Port Adelaide have had some issues over the last month. If Adelaide get it right there, they win the match. And thanks to Toyota, if you take a photo of yourself or a friend at one of our games and post it to social media, make sure you use the hashtag WeFlyAsOne. This week's lucky fan is you. Please email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize of 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill at Adelaide Oval. The Toyota all-electric BZ4X. Heaps of room in the boot, easy and quick to charge, plug in and you're done. Packed with safety features, it keeps an eye out for you. Smooth, quiet, effortless to drive, the Toyota all-electric BZ4X. Visit a dealership for an extended test drive. And that's it for today's show. And don't forget, you can catch the Crows show right here on 7 every Sunday morning from 11 a.m. Bye for now.